Wrestling fans, are you ready? You better get those Magusta pops. It's time for all the Kayfabe.
Okay, we're live.
We are live. Welcome to the World of Kayfabe podcast, a pro wrestling podcast. Tonight is episode 54. We have here, conspicuous by his absence, Nick Venom. He's out floating in the Pacific Ocean somewhere, floating in paradise. But as they say, the show must go on. I am your host, Dan the Man, joined with Staggered Lee Crocker, and last but not least, introduce yourself, Bubba.
The motherfucking Juice from Juice Pro Wrestling, the JP Dubbin handsome prick.
All right, guys. How's y'all day been, man?
Dude, my day's been absolute fucking shit, dog shit, but I'm hanging out with you guys, and I just cut a new episode of Juice Pro Wrestling tonight with the Sweatin' and Bruiser Bodie, so I'm fucking doing great, man.
Hell yeah. What about you, Joey?
Well, I realized I was just having a technical glitch, but at least everything's backed up on YouTube because the hard drive that I record all the shows on, of course, it suddenly disconnects when I hit start recording.
The era of technical difficulties.
Dude, it is, man. You had technical issues with your mic. Now he's got hard drive issues. I'm gonna have fucking camera issues like I did during the Kid Cash interview. Bro, that man.
Oh, hey, man. Congrats on that shit. I watched it in intervals, going to and fro from work. And dude, it was pretty good. You asked a lot of fucking dumb questions, but it was pretty good. I'm totally with you right there.
Bro, you know
you
what,
guys get all serious for a second. I was like, I ain't shooting.
Oh, no. So I went in that one, and I can't speak for Joey and Nick, but I went into that one with as much excitement, like bottled up and ready to fucking explode.
You always do. I still, dude, with guests, dude, that people you really want to talk to. I was just talking on the fucking cell phone recently to John Christ, the original guitarist from Danzig, and I'm like, I can't believe I'm texting this fucking dude, like trying to, hook up and get him on the show and shit. And you just got to fucking play it cool. And I thought, you guys did. I could tell.
Sick Nick, fucking mysterious by his fucking absent, taking a cruise on the Titanic tonight. What a rush.
You could tell he was a little green behind the ears. Didn't watch much ECW and know too much about him, but still good, engaging conversation. And I think everybody, if you haven't fucking checked these guys' episode out with Kid Cash, I'm a little jelly. I'd love to fucking sit and talk with the motherfucker. He was a good speaker too, man.
Dude, I sent him your information.
He was probably like, shit, what can I get out of these guys about 450? Why you always trying to give that alien tree fritter?
Well, and you know what's crazy? I feel like me and him have developed a friendship because I actually just messaged him today. Just, hey man, how's your day? Oh yeah, I'm just working. Oh man, how's that going? Like, I feel like we've developed a friendship.
Yeah, he's like, who the fuck is this? Magusta.
You're gonna
fucking World of Kayfabe, guys.
You're going to have a restraining order delivered tomorrow.
Take it easy, settle down, damn it.
But he was a super cool dude. Like,
what are you wearing?
He reminded me of like that one cool uncle you wanted to hang out with.
Yeah. No, I never had that cool uncle. I always wanted to fuck somebody else's uncle.
Hey, you wearing them tights?
But no, dude, he was awesome. You guys did good, man. Good on you guys, man. And I see you guys got Sam Stackhouse coming. Just keep him fucking. He's a good dude, man. Good on the wrestling community. Good for
bro. And we got what? That's what Sam Stackhouse is next week.
Yeah, next week, and then the week after is their Beer City Bruiser.
Yeah, Beer City Bruiser too. Hell yeah,
So what y'all think of Elimination Chamber?
Elimination.
I liked it. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty decent. Other than some of those spots that I called, that I told you that irritated me, like especially during the women's, dude. Like what was it? The code breaker DDT thing from like Raquel and like Natalia, where fucking Raquel just stood there. She stood there and just kind of went.
Yeah. Brother, let's just say there was a reason, and we said this kind of off fucking camera. There's a reason I was hanging out with friends in the kitchen and kind of just peeping in on that match. There's not for me. That's not like I knew Asuka was going to go over, and I was glad that happened because it should have fucking happened. It's just I didn't really. There's a lot of fucking
Well, I'll say one thing. At least they don't botch as much as the AEW women's division.
Oh my god!
I mean, AEW just as a whole, there's tons. There's tons of botch.
I mean,
whatever, bro. You throw a ball, sometimes you catch a strike.
But I do wonder, because I was just listening to Jim Cornette the other day, and they brought up the point how common are injuries in AEW versus WWE? AEW always constantly seems to be dealing with injuries constantly.
It seems like
going
concussions. Hard. Yeah.
What is WWE, right? When you look at the core of this shit, we'll settle this debate right now. It's entertainment.
Yeah.
What is AEW? It's in-ring product, you know? So you're going to have more injuries, and they're working with guys in New Japan. Dude, I was at the fucking Adam Cole match, at the United Center when he got laid out, and he's just now fucking coming back. Forbidden Door, like, you're going to wrestle. You were at
Forbidden Door?
Fuck yeah, I was at Forbidden Door, man. I was a Forbidden Whore at Forbidden Door.
Dude, that was fucking awesome alone just seeing Okada come out live.
Yeah, dude, as soon as his music hit, it was just like, oh, shit. There were a lot of boners pop that evening, wrestling boners.
Oh, yeah. You know what? And this is a very unpopular opinion, but I retract it now. Whenever Forbidden Door ended,
before you even said it, he's like, I retract it. Who are you, Bill Clinton?
Yeah, I retract what I said. No, but my first watch through, I was fucking bored of that pay-per-view.
Which one?
Forbidden Door.
Really?
But maybe it was just because I felt like it ran too long and I got tired towards the end, and that shitty Moxley Tanahashi match, I just didn't care for it. But once I rewatched it, I just gained such a fond appreciation for it. I'm not a Moxley fan anymore, dude. So like any of his matches, I get bored. Like
I feel like he's a little overexposed, but
they do need.
He kind of got to.
He's got to stop blading every single week, though.
Yeah.
Especially who the hell? And this new WWE producer that they hired is constantly zooming into the blading.
Yeah, dude. I know. Remember, he was like,
yeah, he was laying in the corner blading.
Me gusta.
He was really laying out the real me juice.
Dude, he was wanting the juice. Everybody's always wanting to get wet.
Dude, yeah.
Why do you think we got a bloody belt? But yeah, I agree, dude. Moxley is I love him, dude, because I was never a fan. I remember I didn't watch him when he was doing like CZW. I may have seen matches, but I didn't really give two shits about him because I just didn't spend enough time at the time watching that shit. But like the Shield and all that, and hearing how he had heat with Mick Foley, like whether it was a work or not, like early on and all that stuff, I just never cared for him. And then to see where he's come from and go back and watch everything, I was like, dude, he deserves everything he's got. He's still a hell of a hand, and fucking his promo's fucking awesome. And he's like, dude, he's just, you feel it. It's like, he's believable as shit. I just think that he's put in these situations now where it's like, ugh.
Yeah, I mean,
he's too much. It's too overexposed. He's not an attraction.
Yeah, I mean, he was supposed to go on vacation like what, 6 months ago?
And,
And then you had CM Chunk fuck it up.
Yeah, maybe that's what he needs, is to go on that vacation and just let the crowd miss him.
That's what a lot of wrestling across the board, I think. Maybe not so much on like some of the smaller like super indies or whatever, because there's always fluctuating talent. But I think a lot of that is lost upon like how wrestling is consumed nowadays. Like everybody is and just entertainment as a whole. Everybody's ADHD. Like I don't want to see, how did people survive? I just said this on my show tonight. How did people survive John Cena and Randy Orton every Raw, SmackDown, house show, pay-per-view for a decade? Like how do people survive that shit? You have to like almost like less is more. Like especially with the super talent. It's got to be an attraction. You didn't always see Andre in the same place all the fucking time, and like.
Yeah, well, the only attraction is Brock now.
And he's still like, I like his new shtick and whatever, but I'm still like, at this point in the game, dude, unless you pair him up with something that means shit, like I would love, as a fucking wrestling fan and as a MMA fan, dude, give Riddle and Brock a match, dude, do something. If you have to be creative gimmick wise, as far as, the match type, whatever, or just have a wrestling match. I don't know how much more they're going to do with Lashley and fucking Lesnar. That was the dream match of dream matches, and it sucks. Unfortunately, it's whatever. I'm not saying they've necessarily had bad matches, but I just don't. Maybe it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, so I'm a little butthurt.
Well, no, I completely agree with you. I feel like with
no me gusta.
Oh yes, I feel like it's just the same song and shtick, dude. It's like. I feel like I'm playing a live action 2K game. It's like you're constantly hitting that finisher button, finisher.
Yeah, we're bored.
There's no variety. But like you were saying, like I want this Lesnar Lashley thing to go one more, but I'm afraid of what they're going to do.
Full on MMA fucking fight,
dude.
But they're on the juice, so it ain't gonna happen.
Bro, I told Joey. Why don't they do them two in the fight pit match? But they won't pull the trigger on it, and that sucks. And then now they're possibly incorporating Bray Wyatt into this shit.
Well, what I'm worried. I haven't heard any rumors about this or anything. I'm kind of worried that they might try and push like Gable Steveson versus Brock at WrestleMania to try and push.
I think that's way too. It's way too soon.
How do we know though? We haven't seen him.
That guy's so vanilla though.
If you're talking legit wrestling.
But I heard that
all day.
But long. I heard that he just. I heard that he turned down WWE to go back to school.
I don't know. I don't know all that. All that fucking dirt sheet shit. The only last thing I read was like he was behind schedule on like what they thought he was gonna be, and he was still with them and doing shit, and I thought they were planning on doing some shit. I think he'll pop up soon, and if he doesn't, he doesn't. Whatever. It's not the end of the fucking world.
No, I just think
Tom Lawler and fuck shit up.
Oh, dude. Oh, God. That would be awesome to have Tom Lawler in WWE. I don't think
tailor made for WWE.
I don't think that he would. I think he'd run into some barriers in WWE though. Not get along with some people.
You know what? Money talks. Hey, I don't like you, but if you're gonna give me a fucking $3 million or whatever, I can learn to love you.
Yeah.
Me gusta.
I wish they did capitalize on Riddle and Brock one time.
Riddle and Brock. They should have gave us Riddle and Goldberg, dude. What's the old saying? And dude, R.I.P. to fucking Jerry Jarrett, man.
Dude, yeah.
They had a thing in what was it, USWA or whatever, when he ran that Tennessee territory, and it was personal matters make money or something like that along those lines. Had that sign like in the office, like. Yeah, take those things, and fucking do something. It's a proven fucking fact. Look at Edge and fucking Matt Hardy with the whole Lita thing back in the day.
Look at Jeff Jarrett and Kurt Angle.
And I guarantee you, look in the future at CM Punk in the Elite. I guarantee it. It'll come,
bro. So, bro, do you see any possibility of Punk coming back? Because all of a sudden now with the Tony Khan major announcement that shit is circulating.
They're spamming that on Facebook like crazy today.
Dude, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Dude, here's the thing. Break it down for you real quick. I always thought if they didn't fire him out the gate because Tony could have done that. Tony's got enough fucking money. Did he want to do that? No. And here's the thing, in the wrestling business, we can talk all this shit. Did I think he's an asshole that didn't need to be there? Yeah, I very much do. I'm not a huge CM Punk fan, but I also know a lot of good he can do for business because there is a lot of people that fucking like him, dude. You just don't sell $1 million gates and pay-per-views for nothing, But dude, he's toxic for the fucking backstage. But here's my thing. I always preach forgiveness. Everybody fucks up, right? Everybody can be a dick. I can be a dick. I have a lot of responsibility in me. on me in life and shit. And if, you know, there's times where like the friends or coworkers where I might be an asshole, I'm not necessarily trying to. Don't fucking make that my death sentence. You know, I do not like CM Punk, but I'm saying don't make this situation his death sentence. And if the Bucks, you know, are the good Christian boys that they claim to fucking be, then forgive, forget, and turn this into money.
Yeah, but how many times and history has shown that CM Punk is a notorious dickhead.
Yeah, he is.
How many times can you burn your bridge and ask for forgiveness though? I'm a Punk fan. I want what's best for business, but when do you say when?
Well, when you say when his contract is up, because clearly that's not happening, and to fucking have to pay a guy of his salary to sit at home. Yeah,
no. I mean, it's not like this isn't the worst thing that's happened. It's not though in the locker room. I mean, we've got Sid Vicious and Arn Anderson with the fucking scissors, and they didn't get blackballed from the business or anything.
No, dude, look at Warrior, Hogan. Yeah. Any of those guys from any of the controversies, it'll fucking happen. There's been less. Hey, like I said, forgiveness. People get heated. People get stressed sometimes. I may not see shit your way. You may not see it mine. But at some point as human beings, if we're smart and level-headed enough, we can come together and we can do what's right and make amends. Yeah. That is what should happen. And especially because, hey, I am a shrewd fucking asshole businessman. If I'm paying a motherfucker, what is Punk making? He's probably signed to at least making $2 million a year, at least, just for whatever his appearances were. If I have to pay that guy that when I'm trying to run a fucking wannabe global business and I'm a good chunk of shit is, you know, gone because he's sitting at home, so there's no merch to sell, which he was a top seller when he was there, and I have to pay him this money every fucking month, this check every month or every week or whatever it is. He's sitting at home. He's going to fucking do this and that, and it's not for me, you know, like that. You don't do that shit, so you gotta fucking keep him. And I think if it was gonna go sideways, no matter what, he would have been gone by now because Tony has money. It would have been a huge loss, you know, but I don't think either side really wants that. You know, time heals all wounds. Hashtag it, live it, love it.
I have always found it a bit suspicious that they still released CM Punk merchandise after the fight, even up to like Christmas time.
I'd be selling it too, because it's not be dead stock, you know?
Yeah,
What's it fucking matter? You know, like
Yeah.
Is he a dick? Yes. Glenn Danzig's a dick. I fucking love his music, you know?
Yeah.
I don't really care for CM Punk, but I know he's good for fucking business. And when he does shit, dude, one of the most, we've been talking about this on Juice Pro Wrestling a lot lately. Like my pet peeves, and we're huge AEW fans, is there's no good storytelling anymore. What stories are you really interested? Dude, Revolution is coming up. I don't really fucking care for the first time. I'm like, I've seen all these matches on Dynamite. I am interested in the Bryan Danielson MJF, although I think MJF's still going to win. You know, there's always this glimmer of hope, like how are they going to book it, right? But I try not to overthink it, because then you become those asshole smart mark fans that just don't have fun with it. So it's like, why do you even watch? You know? But there's no good fucking stories that are like bringing me in like there used to be there. There's great in-ring, but no story.
It seems like there's always that ever since CM Punk thing, there's been like this cloud over AEW that's been like, we're gotta stay under this. I don't know. The writing and everything just went to shit.
Yeah, I feel like when Punk came in, that was like their peak. Now I haven't watched Dynamite in 3 weeks. I just don't care. Like you said, what are they doing? What are they doing to draw me in? Nothing.
They're bringing in.
And I hate to say that.
And the thing, that's been the running. That's been the running joke that the reason why they're doing Tony Khan's announcement on Wednesday is just to boost the ratings.
Oh, like Dixie Carter used to always do that and fucking overpromise, underdeliver. Like, oh, Bully Ray's back. Like, he's been gone for 2 weeks. Like, that was your huge announcement. Eat a dick, Dixie. No, I love you. You're a sweet girl. But, oh man, yeah, I don't know, dude. Like, It should happen. Let it fucking happen. Let it play out. You know, I don't fucking care because AEW is kind of suffering, but does it come back to us as fans now being too fickle? Like, hey man, in the world of like point click boom, everything, you know what the most popular fucking videos are on YouTube? It ain't long form. It ain't what we're fucking doing. You know, we got 2 million views on our channel last year for a fucking 11-second clip of Darby Allin that I've shot fucking at Forbidden Door. Over 1 million views with just that video. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a video that's like 10 seconds, and it's just a botch on WWE 2K22, and it's got like 250 views. And
yeah, like
get a grip, people. You know, listen to some good shit. You know, World Kayfabe, motherfuckers.
Yeah, like the 30-second video of my daughter acknowledging the bloodline, like literally. Yeah,
Roman's her daddy.
Dude,
just pay the child support.
Yeah, must be.
Me gusta.
Not that I want people to lose their jobs, but there's been so many people that are just signed to AEW that just sit there since the start of AEW. And
it's it's a collection. It's a toy box.
But like back in the day, you'd go, like you were talking about how people get stale. Well, that's because back in the day they would go to territory, change all the time.
Or they had programming. Like, dude, you look at WCW back in the day, they had Saturday night. They would do the occasional Clash of the Champions, which they were doing for a long time for free on fucking TBS or whatever. Then you had Nitro. Then you had Thunder.
Yeah.
Dude, then there was like the Power Hour or some other shit. They had probably at least 10 hours of programming a week at their peak. I think they were delivering. Like, you know, WWE has that too. But what can you do if you don't have that? You know, hopefully this ROH, their AEW is, so what is it, March 2nd or March 3rd, I think will be the first episode of the new ROH, or they're either recording it then or it's going to be out, but it's going to be out on Honor Club. So you'll catch new episodes of ROH going forward. What is that going to look like under Tony's umbrella? I don't know, dude. It scares me because I just don't want it to be too similar to AEW. You know what my fear is? It's going to look like AEW Dark with ROH letters on it because they're doing it at Universal Studios. So it's going to be a very small little packed crowd. It's just, to me, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to give it a chance. But it's just not going to fill ROH, man. It's going to fill AEW. It will. They can, hey man, cosmetics, you know, ROH has done many cosmetic changes throughout its fucking time in the history of the wrestling business, right? But it's the talent and the mentality. Yeah. That's what's got to be held in there. And then I need to see no more of it on AEW Dynamite. No. It just doesn't feel any different or any important. You have like, what was it last week? There was all ROH belts in Champions on TV. And like,
I mean, even if okay, we got a different announcer. Oh, a different show and got different banners at the bottom. It's ROH now. Oh my.
I get it. For, like I said, we're always going to go back to business. I've been preaching this a lot lately, mainly because maybe I took over at my fucking job and I'm running shit and, you know, run my fucking show. So, but I get where they're coming from, you know, like now's the time to do it. You've done enough cross promoting that if motherfuckers don't know by now, I don't know what else you fucking do. You know, like I just want AEW to be AEW and keep the fucking ROH guys at ROH, you know? Don't even make it a feeder system. I mean, I guess you could sign if someone gets super fucking big, but treat it as its own fucking separate thing, man. And just you fucking flip the bills, you know? Yep. People want to bitch at Tony because he doesn't have fucking, you know, riders per se. And now they got a few guys that or agents, you know, that do matches and whatever. You know, you mentioned the guys coming from WWE and whatnot. But there would be a good chance for him to kind of, you know, shut everybody up on that and assign a crew that like, hey, I'll maybe make the final decision, yes or no, or tweak it, whatever, but you guys come up with the show and let people from like, you know, the heart of ROH and like, you know, your Colt Cabanas or Bryan Danielson's, you know, or whoever, book it and run it as they see fit.
Yeah, as long as I get As long as I get my Bobby Cruz as ring announcer and Ian Riccaboni as color commentator, and who's the guy with him that does color commentary? The black guy, Joey
Caprice Coleman.
Then I'm set. I'm okay. I'm okay, Dad.
For a second, my brain went to Pope, and I was like, no, that's TNA.
I seen a picture of him online today with Baby Doll. D'Angelo Dinero.
Or he could say Orlando Jordan, and he just comes out and soaks himself in lotion.
Looking like cum. Like, is this representing cum? You know, it's already bad that our company's initials are TNA, which, hey, man, I never really knocked them because of that. You know, I mean, whatever. I get it. It's like kind of tongue in cheek, haha, you know, but a lot of people shit on it for that. But dude, they're still around. I don't care. They just got bought out.
Well, supposedly it was going to be Tuesday Night Action, but they couldn't get that name or something. I can't remember exactly why. I've heard the story before.
Well, even so nonstop action, whatever. It's just that people would shit on it because the initials, and it was Vince Russo, and like, so what? Yeah, it is. You think TNA, whatever, but
so
sounds Nashville to me.
I have a really brief, funny story. So when TNA left the asylum and went to Universal Studios back in like 2004, I was still in high school. And I would have my VCR set to auto record because it came on Fox Sports Net at like 3 o'clock. I was just getting off school, right?
Yeah. And
I made like this compilation VHS tape, and all I wrote on it was TNA tape because I knew what it was. And my buddy was like, hey, man, those 6 episodes you recorded, bring them over to my house, spend the night. We'll just binge watch them all night. Right, cool.
He got caught with it, didn't it?
No.
Parents be like, TNA?
Well, my buddy Dustin's mom was like, what the fuck is this? Tits, nuts, and ass?
Me gusta.
Yeah, me gusta.
Hey, you guys got to take a shot every time you hear that tonight, by the way.
Dude, that should be a drinking game.
That's what we do on ours, but it's whenever I do the Jim Ross, you know.
Oh, yeah? What's the Jim Ross?
Baga, barbecue, pinata.
Or we should do that whenever.
Oklahoma.
Or the Road Warrior quote from, if you guys ever watched the Road Warrior DVD WWE put out like in 2005 or something.
Yeah.
Jim Ross is talking, saying they're real big, real hard, real stiff. I can't find it anywhere like online. I have the DVD. I got to record it because I've always been saying that. I love that fucking line, dude. Real big, real hard,
bro,
real
so
stiff.
Hey, speaking of documentaries, man, are you looking forward to the new season of Dark Side of the Ring? Apparently some of the episodes that we're going to be getting.
Yeah. I mean, I seen some of that stuff. I mean,
is there one that sticks out to you that you're like, holy shit, I have to see if this is really true?
No,
really?
Not at all. No,
really?
Stuff I know. It's just filler, dude. I read a lot, man. I read a lot, and I've been watching a lot. And a lot of these stories, you got to think, dude. I mean, I'm fucking 40 years old. I've been watching this shit since I was like 5. I was reading PWIs like before I was 10. You know, like
okay.
It would be cool if they did branched out more of the unknowns, like hardware. Hard body Harris, where he was running a prostitution ring and shit like that, like
super unknown shit, but still tied to wrestling. Because here's my kind of beef with it. I like it, but dude, and I've had guests on the show and like people I talk to, they're like, it's always down to editing. You know, when you chop something up and like, look what happened to fucking Tommy Dreamer, dude. Like, you know, and they tried to cancel him and Ric Flair and like shit like that. That's the shit, the wrestling media I'm not a fucking fan of, you know, like, you know, I don't know. How are you going to crucify a guy for, you know, like, I don't even want to relive the fucking thing, but some of it to me seemed a little like just, like you could really fuck up a person's career, like, you know, or, you know, I mean, for like XPW is a great thing, you know, because they're just totally Antichrist professional wrestling, don't give a fuck, you know, like, and all the people we've had on our show since they've done the rebirth are all like, yeah, you know, what's brought you your attention to XPW? Dark Side of the Ring. Like, all right.
So the one episode, and I hope to God it's true, I think it is. So I've always been fascinated with Mike Awesome. He was just always
that. You know what? I lied. I'll retract my statement.
One big man that I was always infatuated with, and all I ever knew of him was what I seen in FMW, ECW, and then WCW.
He's a fat chick thriller.
As a fat chick thriller. And I asked Kid Cash. I specifically asked Kid Cash this because I knew that he would know something. I said, man, how is he outside of the ring? He was like, he's not what you expect. You know, we just hang out in the locker room. We show each other pictures of our families and we talk about cars. Yeah. And I'm just like, man, like, I want to know so much more about the man. Like, I hope they give us so much meat and potatoes on this episode.
He's related to Hogan, you know that?
They're awesome. Yeah. There's a channel on YouTube. It's like Darker Side of the Ring or something. I don't remember.
Yeah.
The guy, and the guy's done an episode of Mike Awesome, and geez, I had no clue about. I knew he committed suicide, but I didn't know the whole reasoning why. It's really sad.
Can you, when we get off the air, can you send me the link to that? Because I know the channel, but yeah, like I said, I was so fascinated with the other 20 things that I wanted to ask Kid Cash, but I was like, man, one of my favorite matches of yours was with Mike Awesome for the ECW World Championship. That's where you took that super awesome bomb off the top ropes. Yeah. And man, I hate to keep going back to the whole Kid Cash thing. It just made such an impact on me. That dude was so cool, man. I wish
popped your cherry, man.
Dude, I wish nothing but the best for that man. Like, and he even said that he would love to come back on again. Dude, that man, I fanboyed inside. Like, I was so happy, man. Dude was so cool.
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's cool to talk to these motherfuckers. And
dude, it is. You know? Now it gave me my sense of confidence, dude, because like for like the 2 weeks prior to that, I'm just like, fuck, I'm not going to do this right. I'm going to fuck up. And we just got there and I'm like, dude, he was like the cool uncle you wanted to talk to. Like super fucking cool.
Next time you have him on, you got to have him talk about construction horror stories.
Oh yeah, he was.
You know, see some fucking fingers and shit smash someone's guy. Yeah.
Well, he was telling us like some of the shit that he would do, like wrestle a match, then drive all the way back to where he lived to work 12 hours. Like, I mean, the dude, he was telling us some really cool stories. I mean, you said you listened to it. Yeah, super super neat.
Yeah, it was a good episode. Very good.
Now I just got to do my research on this Sam Stackhouse guy, and I know some about Beer City Bruiser, but I'm going to do a little bit more research.
Dude, you can go on YouTube and look up some of the videos of Sam Stackhouse, and there's some pretty crazy.
Yeah, like, Loco Wrestling, dude.
Wrestle Rave, Loco here in Houston.
Yeah, there's one where people are throwing shit in the ring, and yeah.
Yeah, now, that was good on you guys.
Does he do the death matches?
Yeah, he does some of that shit too. We do some cross promotional shit with Wrestle Rave, and he was on their last set of shows, and he was offering the list, and I was like, yeah, I'd like to interview him. And just with everything going on, it's like I fucking need to get around to it. So you guys beat me to it, you motherfuckers.
You know who I messaged, and I doubt anything will come of it, but I said fuck it. I messaged Father James Mitchell, but it's probably
I've messaged him a bunch of times. I'm like, dude, heavy metal, fucking wrestling, you know.
It's probably going to be one of those things because I messaged David Penzer, and he said he has to go through Impact, but I feel like it's going to be
same thing. Yeah. Yep. Any of those Impact fucking people you got to go through, fucking dude, I forget his name. I think he used to work for WCW. He's from like Chicago. Forget his name, but I've had to do some of that. And I've also went backdoor and a lot of shit. You know, PCO is a fucking brother, you know.
Man, you know who I'd like to get on? And this is going to be like, you're like, are you fucking serious? Like, why him? I'd like to get Primetime Elix Skipper. Like,
why would it? Yeah, he would be awesome. He would be great, dude. WCW and TNA. Come on,
dude.
Come on.
That is one of the big what ifs in professional wrestling is
Monty Brown. If you could score Monty Brown, you guys would get a million fucking views, dude. He's very rare to get, and he's so like respected now. And he was awesome, dude. Like,
dude, WWE wasted the chance with him. He was amazing.
Marcus Corban.
He was amazing at TNA. I loved him in TNA.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. He never ever got a run with the NWA World's title, right?
No, he challenged.
Failed opportunity.
Yeah, should have.
They gave it to R-Truth, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, he's totally worthy of it too. I fucking miss R-Truth on TV.
Yeah,
He's hurt. You know?
Yeah, I know. I was watching it live because I was so excited to see him on NXT, and then he got hurt
too. I mean, he looks like he's fucking young as shit still, but he's like fucking mid-50s or something now.
I just want him to come out there every day and just do crazy promos.
Dude. I still think his promo when he was shooting on the Money in the Bank and Kane was like, "You're not even in the match." He's like, "I'm not." New Orleans, that's on me. That's on me. When you see Roman Reigns just cracking up laughing, it was so great.
Yeah, dude. R-Truth's entertaining as hell.
Yeah, definite Hall of Famer.
I had I talked to Austin Aries too, and he's supposedly they'll all get back to you at some point, but he's starting up a fucking podcast, and that's one of the hard things. That's why all you motherfuckers out there right now watching and listening need to hit these fucking guys up and like and subscribe and share and just leave a fucking rating and review, because it costs you fucking nothing. It's easy to do, and it's easy for wrestlers to go out and do a podcast, or anybody that's in the business, but there's a lot of good independent outside perspective, and that's why everybody needs to fucking get on board with what you guys are doing, with what we're doing,
Austin Aries will go back to you if you have a Christy Hemi's face.
So, I didn't know that. I was going to ask him, but I didn't know if it was a touchy subject, because I know Kid Cash had very bad beef with Austin Aries.
Dude, a lot of people have. I got a kendo stick over here signed by him and Eddie Edwards that was used at one of their Warrior wrestling matches. I think like a match or something. But yeah, he's controversial. I don't care. I just want to fucking talk to the guy. Yeah. I've met him a few times, talked to him for like a minute. Like at Warrior, he was wrestling there a lot, so he'd be backstage and shit.
Yeah. Who would you say was one of the coolest wrestlers you ever interviewed?
Oh man,
I know you did so many.
Yeah, dude, a lot now. It doesn't even feel like a lot. I feel like it's like still I'm busting my cherry, I want like thousands. The coolest, there's so many there. Ty, I don't know, man. It's hard to really say. There are a lot of really cool ones for different reasons, like the Von Erich brothers, Ross and Marshall. They were fucking super cool, and that was an interview that went beyond, just like wrestling, like, like hanging with these dudes and like talking family and shit and bonding and like went into some deep shit, something that you don't get like all the time, because wrestling's all about drama, right? And all this crazy bullshit. No, it's not, these are real fucking people, so yeah, they were fucking awesome. Dude, Tito Santana was super cool too, man, because it was like early on, and I was like so stoked to fucking have him, and like I genuinely love Chico, as a fucking kid, man. I was like, this is fucking unreal. And
what? Arriba.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And I don't know, there's been so many cool, like PCO is so awesome. Mecha Wolf was really fucking cool. Dude, Sid Vicious was cool, but there was a lot of shit. Like, it took us 3 years to put the fucking episode out because the audio was so bad. I think he was using a fucking house phone or a flip phone or something. So there's no video to it. Because before we were doing even in studio video. And dude, I talked to him in our studio, like Sredden left, and I talked to fucking Psycho Sid for like, oh dude, what was it? 4 hours or something like that. 4 or 5 hours. And I'm in the studio and I'm just like, I'm drinking, I got a little mini fridge and fucking chilling. And he's like, do you care if I smoke a joint? I was like, I don't give a fuck, dude. Like, this is awesome. Yeah. And, dude, he told me some shit I cannot fucking ever bring up on air. But the shit that he did talk about, and just like, and he was another guy who went deep. He told me about like his son fucking taking over he has like an agriculture business, fucking hillbilly ag guy. Like I sell to a lot of those guys like in the trucking industry. So I'm like, all right. And he's telling me about how his son's fucking up his company and people are pissed at him because he's like chose to go play softball. Like, fuck.
Yeah, that's all. I've listened to something to wrestle with Bruce Pritchard that they always talk about Sid Vicious loving softball and always taking them off, taking off to play it.
About, like I said, some of the shit I like can't talk about is like with Dr. Death and just some shit that went on like backstage, and I was like, God damn, man! Like, but that was really cool. Moments like that. A lot of that shit is like really what happens off air. If you're fortunate enough to get people for a little bit of extra time. Buff Bagwell, he was fucking awesome, dude. He was super cool. That felt like just like I could. Man, I wish I wasn't digitally hanging out with him, like be in the room.
What was cool is like when the whole interaction between me and Kid Cash started, he's like, I usually don't do podcasts no more than an hour. And it's like, before we hit record, we're like, we'll just take about an hour of your time. And he kind of gave me that look like, let's do more. And once we started wrapping up, I kind of expected us just to be like, all right, well, here's the end of the show. Bye. See you later. Deuces. Hang up. We quit filming and we just sat there and talked. We talked about wrestling memorabilia, belts.
And that's probably those all better than what you actually recorded too. That's Dude, what I'm saying.
I wish we got it. I don't think Joey got it because I think Joey and like us too thought that was just going to be it. But we were talking about like belts in wrestling, and he was talking about the Winged Eagle belt. And I grabbed my Winged Eagle belt, brought it in here, and he fucking marked out. He's like, yes, that's it. It was so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good, man. When you can get people's time off air like that, like it's super fucking cool, man. And that's when you reach that comfort zone too. Like it's in a conversation, especially when people they don't know you. You may know them from a fan standpoint, but still, you got to get comfortable in your own skin and vice versa. And they got to take you seriously as someone who's interviewing, which I hate. That's what I do. I hate the term. It's more or less I'm hanging out and we're talking, and I'm asking you some questions. I live with my fucking fiance every day, and I talk to her. It doesn't mean I'm interviewing her, I want it to be like more personal, more fucking cool. And a lot of them get it and they appreciate that because there's so much bullshit out there, dude,
And what was cool and was so humble of old Nick Venom out there. I know you're not listening.
But we have reports. Hey. He's overboard. Man overboard.
Mama, what's vacation mean? It's when you go somewhere and you never come back.
But it was humble for old Nick Venom to sit back and kind of really let me and Joey indulge in this because Nick, it wasn't Nick's stomping ground. It was me and Joey. But, Nick got his questions in. But like I said, it was humble enough for him to kind of sit back and just be like, look, let these guys have the reins of this. I'll kind of pick and choose my times to jump in. So, man, just our next one. I keep telling everybody at work, man, this is going to be our year. 2023 is going to be the year of kayfabe. We're going to fucking do it.
Yeah. It's all about how much time you want to put in the fucking computer in your phones, dude. I live and die by that thing and I hate it. But,
dude, I do too.
I have fun. Get to fucking hang out with cool motherfuckers like yourselves.
Bro, dude.
Except for sick Nick. He's fucking Joey.
What, you got a hold of Darren Young or his page or some shit like that? $100 for 15 minutes.
Oh yeah. See, that's the other ridiculous thing now, and I get it.
But yeah, I understand asking for money, but Darren Young asks for a ridiculous amount for 15 minutes when you can pay like $100 and get a bigger wrestler, no offense, than Darren Young.
Yeah, that's a little fucking steep, dude.
What we need to get, and I'm telling you, bro, I'm reaching for the stars. We need to find Nick Gage. You can book him for $100 for 60 minutes.
You probably book him for some. I've tried. I've been trying to reach out to him for a few years.
You can book him on Cameo. You can book him for a thing on Cameo.
Yeah, I call it the DiBiase, dude. You can DiBiase anybody because everybody has a price.
Yeah.
Dude, look, for sure. I hate it though, because if interviewing someone, like, I always take it as kind of like, I get it, business, but it's kind of like, man, I'm not making money. What the fuck, dude? I'm just here to help promote, and I have an audience and a platform to do it. Like, whatever. You know what? Here's what I say.
There's always been
Tommy
that
Chong on my fucking show, and I don't give a fuck about anything else. Like, I'd have to get like Hulk Hogan or somebody, but nobody comes close in wrestling modern days that can reach the global fucking recognition of one Tommy motherfucking Chong, of Cheech and Chong. Dude, I got to hang with him, and he did it for fucking free, and he fucking went for like 3 hours. Like, when you get people like that, that's awesome. Like, some of this shit's, maybe I don't want to bust him out. Maybe I should bust him out. Whatever. I don't care. Bobby Fish had a really high asking price for like a half hour or 45 minutes. It was like $500 or $600 or something like that. And I was like, nah, man, I wasn't looking to pay, no offense. I get where you're coming from. And he's like, yeah, no offense. He's like, me 10 years ago or whatever, I would have been, yeah, fuck it, whatever, all by business, but I got family and shit now. I'm like, I get it. I'm not in that spot to give you that much money to talk to you for an hour. Yeah. I mean, that's cool that you do that, but it's one of the obstacles you have to face financially when you're trying to do stuff like this, like wrestling media. It all costs something. Nothing comes free in life, like, fuck. And sucks. That's why people, once again, you got to rate and review and fucking like and share. Because if you don't, then we're just going to fucking jerk each other off for the rest of our lives. And they're handsome, but I don't want to do that.
Join our OnlyFans, onlyfans.com/swirl the cock.
Yeah, all the chocolate starfish.
Yeah, so Father James Mitchell read my message, and
he left you on red. Yeah,
dude, he left me on red.
That's awesome.
It is what it is.
Yeah,
You've got a curse placed on you now.
Yeah. Apparently he does. I kind of follow his Facebook page. He always does. Apparently he does some mean karaoke on Tuesday nights somewhere down in Florida somewhere.
Dude, I'll fucking karaoke that motherfucker right now.
Father.
All right.
Sinister fucking minister. Yeah.
Dude, old James Vandenberg.
Yeah.
Old Mortis and Wrath back in the day. That's some good shit.
Oh, yeah. Dude, we had Brian Cage on, too. He was really cool. He was another cool one. And he talked a lot about, because that was all about, like, Canyon. He was a Canyon dark guy. Side of the ring. It was, like, right after. So we had a little bit of a rub from that. Like, because he was on Twitter, and he was like, yeah, it's a shame. Like, I recorded a lot of footage for them, and I was only in it for a little bit. He's like, I had, Canyon was like my dude, like, I just happened to drop in there. I was like, well, here, come fucking talk about it. And he did.
Still,
it helped. I've been backstage with him at Warrior, but he got on. Then he was like flexing and shit. He was like sitting there, like, it's like Brian Cage, like flossing for us. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he seems like he'd be a pretty cool dude. Like, I messaged
with
him on
Wolverine
Instagram.
Statues in the background, like
it doesn't even show that he read my message, but maybe one day. It's literally like one of those things, like, he'll call.
Yeah. No me gusta.
No me gusta.
Oh, man. So you guys, we talked about Elimination Chamber and shit. AEW, you guys kind of jaded on that a little bit. Can we agree? Still good, but you're a little like, eh.
Yeah. Like I was telling you earlier, like, I just feel like the urge to watch Dynamite now is kind of law. Like, I'll go back and watch it, but it's not one of those things where I gotta get
on that
and watch Dynamite.
I mean, I watch it, but
you're wearing a Sting shirt right now. Don't be false flagging, Stagger.
Yeah.
Dude, this is an actual WWE shirt.
I know.
But
ain't there no more.
Yeah, but dude, I've been a Sting fan since back in the day. But I watch it every week, but I'm not like fully tuned in the entire time.
The honeymoon's over, right? Gentlemen, can we conclude on AEW with the honeymoon is fucking over and now, give me what I want.
But one thing I am excited, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I just overheard this. Is it true that the Elite and House of Black are going to be fighting for the 6-man championships at Revolution? If that's true, I'm down with that.
I think that's what they're alluding to, because they just on Rampage, the House of Black, like the lights went out and fucking 2 of them were out there.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'll watch that match.
Oh yeah.
Fucking day.
Supposedly AEW filed for a trademark for some show called AEW Collision. Hopefully it's not. They don't need a third show. I mean, wait. Hold. This would be the 5th show? 6th?
5th,
I can't.
Yeah. Because they have what? Dark Elevation. Or it's Dark Elevation, the same show.
Yeah. There's Dark, and then there's Dark Elevation. And then Rampage, and then Dynamite.
What is Collision, though? Is it, maybe it's just content shit?
I don't know. We don't know yet, but I just read something really bad.
Well, because, I mean, you could say the same thing. You could say the same thing WWE. What, they had Raw? They had SmackDown? They had, hold on. They had Jacked. They had Metal. They had Shotgun Saturday Night.
Shotgun Saturday Night was cool. They need to do a fucking throwback to that.
The exception on this. WWE is being paid by networks for that. AEW is putting this up on YouTube, the Dark and Dark Elevation. So, but anyways, I just read that Omos challenged Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Oh God!
Dude, hey, my girlfriend just made deviled eggs. What does that tell you about what I think about that match?
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's not been accepted or anything, but yeah, he challenged Brock Lesnar to a match at WrestleMania.
Can we get it in unison? No me gusta.
No me gusta.
Dude, I don't even want to see the suspected Brock Lesnar, Bray Wyatt, and Bobby Lashley triple threat. What makes you think that? Yeah,
Bray Wyatt doesn't need to be involved with those guys. I don't think.
Yeah, what fucking sense does that make? What place does he have in that match?
Well, I mean, didn't Brock beat him, or was that Goldberg beat him for the Universal title? Right? Yeah, it was Goldberg.
Yeah, it's the Fiend.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
And that's what killed the Fiend's push.
That's going to be their job, is to figure that out. And it's like, I don't know. What do you do? What do you fucking do?
I'm kind of
digging. Staggerly.
I was going to say I'm a bit disappointed with Bray Wyatt's return, sort of.
I think a lot of people are. And, we've kind of talked about it. And then there's the thing, too, is the pomp and circumstance, is that it for him? Like, does he need to get better in the ring? And I think he's okay in the ring, but he can do more. I don't know. It does feel stale. It feels stale, but I think they're trying to do a long-term storytelling with that. And I'm cool, especially because it's like a creepy thing. So that, to me, you would have to do it kind of long-term to establish just how fucking creepy and powerful this guy is in his little circle. If they're still planning on building that, the Wyatt fucking family or whatever, the new family. But dude, in ring, you gotta fucking deliver some shit, you gotta do something, and it's just there's nothing there for me. I don't know why.
I'm already calling the match of either night 1 or night 2, man. For some reason I'm looking for.
I don't like the 2-night Mania, dude.
I don't either.
I don't
either.
New Japan.
They make more money, so they're not going to change it, though. Just like there's been discussion about Cody Rhodes wanting to change the belt. I don't see that happening, because if you watch Super Bowl, that belt was all over the TV with the WWE logo plastered. If they go back to the Winged Eagle with just nothing with WWE popping out, they're not going to want that on the Super Bowl and the Stanley Cup and the World Series.
I think they'll allow it for a little bit until he loses it, at least.
Yeah. And it's like I've already told y'all, I've already voiced my opinion on this so many times, and I feel like if I do it again, I'm just beating a dead horse in the ground, but fuck it, I will. I feel like ever since WrestleMania went to 2 nights, it has lost its luster as far as
Well, yeah, it's too much. It's too much for me. Like, I love professional wrestling, but we're talking about AEW and the honeymoon being over with them. For me, it's like almost wrestling the buzz as a whole. Like, there's still a lot of great shit and I love it, but it's like, it's almost too much.
I am glad that Elimination Chamber didn't go so like super long. Like Royal Rumble went till like 11:30. So
yeah.
And I tend to also tune on the pre-show, so if I watch the pre-show and that shit, it's like 6 hours of wrestling. Like, come on.
Joey,
who am I? What am I doing?
Yeah, because Joey, I think we started watching it on the phone. The first or second match in, because I think you had to eat, and even then, when we hung up the phone, it was like 3 hours and 38 minutes. We were on the phone together. So yeah, like he said, just imagine if we would have went the first match and the pre-show. Ugh.
No me gusta.
Yeah, no me gusta on that one.
And what can you do? At least the product's getting fucking better, and WWE is exciting. They're going to sell now to that jaded AEW fan base. Like I said, they'll do the Winged Eagle because for a decent amount of time, they're going to make a lot of money off that. Because guess what? All the kids that are my age and shit that grew up with that have the money to buy all that merchandise now. The fucking, I know they've had the replicas and shit out there, but dude, it's going to be fucking great. We're going to pop for it. And it's going to make money. Why not?
I can't wait for the Spinner American Nightmare.
No way. Yeah, right. Fuck you for saying it.
That would piss so many people off, though, if all of a sudden that came out and just spinning. Oh, God.
Oh, that's... Dude. I don't know. And maybe I would hope it would be cool, too, if he split it. You know what? If he split the titles, and we got... There you go. He split the fucking titles, right? And the Universal title gets retired and Big Gold comes back.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Because I've read some shit too, like Fox with their deal, man, they want separate champions,
yeah.
So, you kind of have to. That's Fox's fucking WWE. That's not USA's, and they're blending and shit, guys appearing on other shows. I know like Fox isn't a fan of that,
Well then let's take a minute out of our time in fantasy book though. If you had to book that to get both belts off of Roman and onto two separate people, how would you do it?
Well, no, you would just have Cody's going for the whole shebang, right?
Oh,
and Cody, once he's champion, can do whatever he wants, and he does the right thing. And because, dude, it's the stories. There's so many layers. That's why people are mad about Sami losing. It had to happen. It was gonna happen. Come on, you smart marks. Dude, Roman versus Cody is so many layers. If you want to look at it from the wrestling dynasty, the family thing, Roman being under Dusty, like all this fucking shit. Cody, the prodigal son, fucking coming back, and starting competition. And like, he's a good promo. He's like, how much he loves the business. Like he makes you feel that, the dude fucking went through a flaming table and people were booing him. Come on. I'm not a huge Cody mark. I may sound like it right now, but it's very compelling, dude. That's what's going to fucking sell tickets. And if he wins that title and he says, because everybody knows the lineage and the respect he has and the attachment he has to the business, right? Here's the fucking Raw title, which is the Winged Eagle, and here's a SmackDown title, which is Big Gold, dude. That would be dope. And he'll defend. Maybe he loses one or whatever, but introduces him. Yeah,
it's kind of like on 2K22. I put all retro titles on everybody. So fucking like you said, man. Roman comes out with Big Gold and the Winged Eagle.
Hell yeah! There you go.
So the rumor right now is Batista's going to go in the Hall of Fame this year. What do you guys think of that?
I think that's true, because didn't he petition for that because he didn't want to go in when he was originally announced during the COVID era, because he said that he wanted to do it right in front of an audience.
Yeah.
So
and he's going to get a huge pop, dude, because
But you know what's crazy though? They haven't even announced the first inductee yet. Normally they do that.
They will.
Well, they're going to return March 3rd in Washington, D.C., Batista's hometown. and there's potential that they'll announce it that day.
That makes sense.
But he would be the headliner, supposedly. But yeah, I think he's totally valid to go in. I mean, he's one of the biggest like movie stars in wrestling, also.
And he's good. Here's the thing: is The Rock is The Rock in every fucking movie he's in, dude. You know, and if you like it, that's great. And I like it sometimes, but not all the fucking time. Dave Bautista has depth. And I'll tell you, I hated the era. Like, right? I watched wrestling still. I never quit. Everybody else around me quit, you know, and I suffered through it, man. The era of like the Cena, Batista, and Orton. It was them all the time down your throat. I wasn't the hugest a fan of him, but when he quit and like he quit because he was like, man, I don't like the direction the business is headed and like all this bullshit. And he was like, he just wanted some really good, brutal fucking wrestling. I'm like, man, I could get behind this guy. You know, he wasn't so bad. Like, that's why I got a lot of respect for him. And then his acting career, like I'm super stoked for that M. Night Shyamalan movie. What is it? Knock at the Door or whatever?
Yeah, knock at cabin door. Yeah.
Like that looks dope. Like one of you has to die for the benefit of man. He's just, dude, he pulls you in, man. He pulls you in every character. I just watched that Knives Out. He was really good in that.
Dude, even him as fucking Drax and Guardians of the Galaxy was hilarious.
Great. We all know, yeah, dude. The Drax made him. You know, he had done other shit, but Drax made him. And yeah, dude. We got that coming out too. The Last Guardians. You know, maybe they kill him off because he's done. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're only really getting that because Batista started throwing a fit with getting James Gunn back, saying he wanted to do another Guardians of the Galaxy, and all of a sudden James Gunn's back.
Yeah.
Bro, how many of y'all are excited to see fucking Michael Keaton back in the bat suit, man?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm Batman.
Yeah, I still can't move my neck, but I'm Batman.
Yeah, but the CGI takes care of it.
At least it's not George Clooney with the bat nips.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I went back and watched that recently.
No. Even worse is that fucking bat skates.
Oh god. It's the car, right? Chicks dig the car. Yeah. I liked Val Kilmer as Batman though. When I was a kid, dude, I saw Batman. I still have the McDonald's crystal cups, dude. Yeah. I loved the hero sandwich they came out with. Then, oh my god, that and the Arch Deluxe. I don't give a fuck. I love that shit. I was a young man with an adult palate.
Those are the one cups that you're guaranteed to go to every thrift store and see.
Yeah.
You see them everywhere.
Yeah. Dude, they're fucking dope, though. I love them. I saw that movie like 5 times in the theater. I don't know what it was. I enjoyed it. It's not as bad as everybody says it is. They're pissed because it went from goth to back to Adam West Batman. You know?
Yeah.
So whatever.
I mean, if you want to see a bad superhero movie, go watch the '80s Captain America.
Oh yeah, Captain America will soon be eliminated. The Red Skull and shit. Because there's a lot of them in the Hulk. The TV those old '80s, '70s superhero movies are. God, those are horrible. Did you see? I just found out about this DC League of Superheroes. It was like almost like a talk show skit fucking thing, and like Ed McMahon was on it. And dude, this was 10 years after the Batman fucking wrapped. You know, the '60s Batman.
Yeah.
They had the guy who played the Riddler. They had fucking Burt Ward played Robin, and Adam West did Batman. And then the guy who did Shazam from the old '70s fucking Shazam fucking show. And dude, this guy came out as Solomon Grundy, and he's talking to Ed McMahon. But this dude, he actually looked like a good fucking Solomon Grundy. Go on YouTube, dude. It's DC. I think it's like the League of Superheroes. And there was like heroes and villains, like a whole fucking dude. It was dumb. It was like the Muppets, but superheroes. There were skits and shit. Like I said, like it was Muppets, but superheroes really done really bad. The Flash was on there too. Oh, dude, Hawkman. It was this fucking ripped dude with the most horrible fucking mask you could think of. Oh my god, dude. But Solomon Grundy was a true gem of that. That guy was like the best Solomon Grundy I've seen in any type of media outside of the books, you know?
Sounds like they got a Space Ghost Coast to Coast got a lot of influence from that. Then it sounds like
there's a new dude. I read there's a new DC. Is it DC? Yeah, they're doing a new Space Ghost thing, and like supposedly, like he's the way they're writing him. He's like probably one of the most powerful people in the whole fucking DCU. I'll nerd out with you. I read some shit still.
Hey, what you're talking about is called DC Legends of the Superheroes.
Yes.
I actually found it. It's on. Hold on.
What is that on? There's some shitty YouTube clips, dude. But I want to see the fucking actual whole thing. This older dude I work with.
Hosted by Ed McMahon.
Yeah, I told you, dude.
Hold on, let's see what we got. Hold on.
Me gusta.
Oh, yes, this pop me gusta. Dude, wow. Let me see.
Wait a minute. No, this ain't it. This is the cartoon.
Oh, goddamn.
You motherfucker.
It said
You've been
hosted
led
by
down the primrose path.
Well, yeah, no, look at the thumbnail, though. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, but that was like the cartoon.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah.
Like I said, it's hard to come by. There's some clips, and I think there's Warner something. There's some official Warner channel that has like 2-minute, like 3 2-minute clips of it.
Oh, me gusta.
Guys, give me a bet when you do it. What the fuck?
Oh, man.
Oh, here we go. Oh, I got that fan blowing right on my crotch.
He probably does. He's probably like the Bahamas, where the fuck he's at, getting his grapefruits enriched by the succulent winds of fucking Aphrodite.
That's what happens when you start recording the show before we go live. Somebody said something stupid.
Man, so really quick, I was thinking about this before we wrap up. Have you been watching The Last of Us?
Yes,
bro. How do you like it so far?
It's new Walking Dead. I think it's great.
Oh, so good, so
it's
fucking
good. Man, I hated being a dad and shit. Maybe you can relate to this. I knew because I played the game. I haven't played the second one, and I'm stuck at the very end of the first game. But when the little kid gets fucking bit and he dies, I felt so fucking bad. I was like, I don't want to see this. I know it's gonna happen. I don't want to see this. Like ever since I became a fucking father, and it's been a long time now. Like I have problems with shit like that I never used to. Like when Gage dies in Pet Cemetery, I'm like, no. And then he comes back as a little asshole, and I'm like, all right, it's cool, you know.
Yeah,
I feel you on things like that too.
But that's what I'm saying. It draws you like that, you know. Like it's like, oh shit! It puts you like Walking Dead used to when it first started, you know.
Yeah, the kid that that got bit and died. He was actually deaf, and the actor was actually deaf.
That's cool.
Really?
Yeah. So that's why they integrate that into the character, since it's not like that in the game, you know.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, The Last of Us has been really good. I know there's some people butt hurt that there's not zombies all the time. Like that's not the story of the game.
People were butthurt about what's his name being gay too.
But it's like that's not the zombies are not the person you're supposed to be scared in the game. It's the people.
Yeah. It's like the infected are almost in the background.
Well, the same thing as The Walking Dead. You know, it was really about like think of the problems in the comics were so good, dude. Like the original I got so many of those, but the TV show, like it wasn't the zombies that they were always the background problem. But every season it was a different group of assholes, you know, that you had to fucking deal with. It's the same thing fucking here. Like what's her name totally gave me the Negan vibes, you know.
Oh, the girl that's running Pedra or whatever?
Yeah. And she's a total created for, because if you watch like on HBO Max, they'll give you like the little behind the scenes thing, you know, on an episode or whatever. And they were talking about like her character and shit. I'm just like, she did a good job because I fucking hated her. I fucking hated her. Like that lady was. Oh. I love when that little plant zombie girl fucking got her in the end. You know, I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
For the life of me, I couldn't remember where I knew her from.
Yeah, 2.5 Men, though.
Well,
Yeah.
no, I'll go back even further. I didn't even know that.
Me gusta.
So I know y'all both know this. So remember, oh goddamn, I can't fucking talk. That movie Detroit Rock City.
Yeah.
She was the young girl that the drummer made out with in the confession. They had sex in the confession.
Oh, wow, that's her.
Dude, she doesn't age. And I'm like, I kept telling my wife, I'm like, honey, I know her from somewhere. And I had to look. And as soon as I seen Detroit Rock City, I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah,
Everybody's gonna lose their feet. Get down.
That was such a great movie.
I've seen that movie so many times because they used to play that on Comedy Central all the time back in the day.
Yeah, dude, I've seen it so many times too, but it's probably been a good 10 years. So thank you. I probably need to revisit that.
Dude, you should. You should.
It's a good movie. I like that. And I like, dude, when I was younger, like Dazed and Confused was fucking... That was
never
a pretty
seen
dope movie. You never seen Dazed and Confused?
Dude, I never seen Dazed and Confused. I never seen what's that one, Johnny Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
He's never seen Ghostbusters.
Where you live at, Dan? Where are you at?
I live in Houston.
You are in Houston?
Yeah.
Why the fuck aren't you going to all this shit out there, man?
Dude, bro,
Loco, Wrestle Rave, you go out there,
bro. So ever since, and I know this is not an excuse, and
Palais Pro
out there forever. What's that?
Palais Pro was doing shit too,
dude. So I want to hit up a Texas All-Star Wrestling show. It's like literally, there's no excuse why I shouldn't go. They wrestle at the Cypress VFW Hall, which is 2 exits away from my job.
It sounds like you're talking a lot of shit, and you got to commit.
Well, yeah, I keep having this excuse of like, man, I have a wife and a kid now, so I can't really do that. Like, bullshit. I just don't want to.
Yeah, that's how I am, dude. And my girl's like, no, you never leave the house, like other than work. Like, just go.
I'm such a fucking hermit, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's either work, home, work. That's it.
No me gusta.
Yeah, no me gusta, man.
No.
Yeah, it's been forever since I've been to a wrestling show. I think I'm finally going to go to one. They're going to have Ricky Morton out here on March.
What's the last? Where are you at?
I'm in the St. Louis area.
Okay. Oh, St. Louis. All right. Yeah. They what's the last show you went to?
Probably a Harley Race promotion show, World League Wrestling. St. Louis has got the issue. We have an athletic commission in St. Louis and Missouri area. So everybody, if you're near the St. Louis border, goes over to Illinois, which doesn't have one. So the indie wrestling in St. Louis isn't as huge due to all the fees. So you have to go over to Illinois, which it's more popular over the. Like, anytime GCW comes over to St. Louis, it's always in Illinois because they can do anything over there.
All right.
Me gusta.
Speaking of GCW, next Monday we will have Sam Stackhouse from GCW on. All right, let's see what we got here.
Is Sick Nick gonna be back?
Yeah, he'll be back next Monday.
Tired of filling in for this guy. He needs to fucking show up to work. You're running late. Where the fuck are you, Nick?
Yeah. We give him one job. We give him a couple days off, and he can't be back in time for this.
Well, you can only give a jobber so many jobs before you got to fire him.
Yeah. He's on a
no me gusta.
Yeah, he's on a thin line of gusta right now.
That's right. He's joined fucking probably like some hors d'oeuvres and getting some pussy and shit, and like on a cruise. We're sitting here talking to each other, jerking off about wrestling.
Dude, he better be
supposed to be here today.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know why.
He better be getting him some cruise ass. That's all I got to tell him, bro.
He's getting him some Tom Cruise ass he's probably on the balcony of the ship, like all Titanic, like, shirtless. His old lady's rubbing his nips.
Trust me, Jack. Trust me.
Like Jake Roberts. Trust me.
Yeah.
Trust me. Dude, that's on my 2K22. You know, I always, first thing I do is I always edit the jukebox because, like, I can't stand, like, this. There's always, like, one song in the soundtrack that these people do that's like cool. Like I seen the soundtrack for 2K23. It looks a little, there's maybe a few songs that I would actually let play on there, but it's mainly wrestling themes, you know. Sometimes I'll take it down to where it's just like NWO music. So every time it comes on, it's just like, yeah.
So you know the NWO theme that they have in 2K22 is not even the real NWO theme?
Rockhouse? No, did you know that the Monday, they don't even have the Monday Nitro. What are you playing on? What are you playing it on?
I play PS4.
Okay, so I have Xbox One still, and that's what I got it for. And it's the fucking Dean Malenko music. Do, ha, hoo, ha, do, 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 do. Remember that? Do, 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 do. Or is that Rey Mysterio's?
No, that what the do ha do.
Yeah, that shit.
They have that?
Yeah, that's Monday Nitro's fucking music.
Yeah,
I'm like, what?
There's some of the shit that they got on there. I'm like, really? Y'all own the shit.
Well, do they though? That's why if they, you know, and I'm trying to think.
Yeah, they don't own everything like
that might have been TNT, you know, with the music.
Yeah, because like Goldberg's theme was a TNT Turner music catalog. They just had that in there, and they just randomly selected it.
I want to hear.
Yeah, if they can't get their rights, just like they could only play 60 seconds of Voodoo Child by Jimi Hendrix for Hogan's theme. It would have to loop constantly because they could only go to a certain point because they only paid for that long.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
That was the dopest fucking and Hogan, dude, like, oh yeah, brother. Chop it down with the edge of my hand.
Oh, speaking of chopping it down, we're trying to find Bill Alfonso, you know, the manager that calls it right down the middle.
Calls it right down the middle. I know Bill. He's a good friend of the show, man. I have to put in a good word for you guys.
Dude, I would love to have that guy.
Yeah, Fonzie daddy, hey, baby. It's fucking... Dude, he's full of killer stories, man. He's been on a couple times trying to get him back on. I know he's a very busy man. He's still working the indies and doing shit, so...
Wasn't he an old WWF ref at one time?
Dude, he was WWF, WCW, NWA. That guy has been...
He's been everywhere.
Everywhere, dude. ECW. Like, he's the most pivotal points of fucking wrestling. He's been around them all. Like, I remember when me and him first started talking. It was weird. Like, I had my son's football game getting ready for it, and... fucking have to miss a little bit of it because all of a sudden Bill Alfonso was calling me. He's like, hey, what's up, Juice? I checked out your shit, daddy. Like, I think, yeah, really cool. I think we do some cool shit. Like, yeah. Like, Fonzie, dude, right on. He was just, he's super cool.
Man, do you ever save some of these phone numbers and just like call them back, or is it just kind of one and done?
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, I have some people's numbers, and a lot of it, like I used to have more back in the day. Dude, I have Davey Boy Smith Jr.'s phone number, and he's another guy that, I don't know, I'm throwing anything out there, but you know, hopefully that'll happen sometime. It's been discussed. Let's just say that. I mean, I'll hit them up and fucking occasionally, you know, whatever. And sometimes they hit me up, you know, like I said, PCO, like it's just like it's like some dude I fucking grew up with or something. Like, he's super cool, super supportive, you know, like we bullshit. And then it's like, hey man, you know, share this shit. And all right. Yeah. Networking, you know?
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
But now more days with the Zoom shit, it's not really so much, you know, I don't get a lot of numbers anymore like I used to. Like I could, but now I'm kind of like, I don't want to be like that guy. Like, if we plan on doing something and utilizing someone in some way, because we want to do a lot of other shit other than just, you know, the podcast. We got some shit in the works. Yeah, I'll fucking I'll holler at people. But yeah, people are people. And it's like, on the other end, dude, I'm fucking, you know, the vocalist in the band. Like, I want to push that shit. So if someone's really fucking cool about that and cool and hip on the scene, like, dude, Schlack and shit, you know, people that dig like the underground death metal grindcore shit that we do, yeah, I'm gonna fucking be a part of that. You know, I'm trying to get our band sponsored. XPW is doing fucking band sponsorships now, and of course, they did Schlack's band, The Crippler. They were first, no shit, right? And then Internal Bleeding, who are fucking like legends of death metal, like Slam, dude. Like, you know, I'm trying to do shit like that too. So that's why I kind of put myself like, when I interview people, I'm like, yeah, man, these people are cool, but dude, I'm doing my own shit too, and I'm confident in myself and what I do. You know, like. Fucking reach for the sky, boy.
Yeah. Dude, have you ever listened to Brody King? Brody King?
Yeah, God's Hate. Not a huge fan of that type of shit. I was just at a show where there were some good bands, but man, it's all that fucking, like, these dudes really, and like, I seen like, man, look like little girls getting punched in the face, like just straight brutalized. And I'm like, oh man, I ended up fucking leaving, but the music was cool, and there's some videos out on my YouTube of it, but man, I'm not a fan of that shit. Me and my boy were out front, right? And this is kind of like a local metal scene. So like, we walk in there and people know who I am, or they fucking don't, whatever. And we're just standing there, and I don't want to be fucked with. I'm trying to check out these bands, and all of a sudden this kid's doing the just dumb hardcore dancing, swinging, fucking dumb bullshit. And I just got my hand out to push him away from me in case he gets too close, right? And he comes down and he just like one of his hands like right on the top of my fucking, like probably one of the most fragile parts of your body, you know, like right on my hand. I sat there and I played it cool, dude. I was like, yeah, I was so pissed off too, but I'm like, fuck, my hand hurts, dude. And the next day it's fucking all swollen up, you know, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, dude, I play like the most brutal shit on the fucking planet. I don't, you know, and I've been there like live. Dude, I've been doing this shit for 20 years. I put my body through fucking, that's why I can relate with the wrestling. You know, I wrestled amateur like for 3 years as a kid, but I never did professional wrestling. I never really had desire to be on that side of the business, you know, like I always want to just kick it with the people. And if I can do voiceover or commentary or fucking promotion shit, that's where I wanted to be, you know. But I know I've definitely, my body has paid the price, you know, so I can definitely empathize with these motherfuckers. I've had cigarettes put out on me in Mexico, dude. Like fucking, I flipped off of, I don't know how many foot fucking stages to where nobody caught me, and like I land flat on my back. It's like, yeah, I can't, I thought I was going to die, you know. Now here I am, 40 years old. My fucking back hurts. My neck fucking, when I fucking wake up, and I'm like, dude,
fucking concerts, metal concerts are the reason why I have seizures nowadays, man.
But there's some good ones. Just let me enjoy it. Like, dude, I saw Deicide earlier this year, or 2022 at the end, and dude, it was so fucking awesome. But once again, I had a pint and I got pulled into the pit, and I was like, God damn, I'm old. I can't do this shit anymore. I got pissed off. You gave me a glass pint too, and I wanted to smash someone's head. And I thought, I was like, I'm too old. I can't go to jail.
You could be like CM Punk and jump in the crowd and break your foot.
Yeah. That's the other thing. If he does come back, dude, how injury prone is he now because he's old? Dude, Father Time catches up with us all, dude.
That's what I was thinking too.
You could take care of yourself and whatever and do, you know, DDP, man. Look at him. He's fucking flexible as shit, but he ain't going to work a full fucking wrestling schedule. He could probably barely even do a match. You know, he's done some shit recently here and there, and yeah, he can come in and throw some punches and deliver a fucking, you know, what do you call his move? Diamond cutter, yeah. But other than that, Father Time sucks.
Well, like there was the whole thing with the Miz and Danny Bryan, and I'm not injury prone. The Miz has had like 2 injuries since then. Now, like you can be the most like perfect person, you just get old and your body becomes fragile.
Yeah. You gotta slow it down at some point, you know.
All right, guys. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for the evening.
You got the wrap it up box?
No, I wish we did. Joey, you need to get one of those. All right, guys. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Like I said, man, it's been fun having you on. Next week, Nick will be back. He'll be back from the cruise. We'll have Sam Stackhouse from GCW. Are we going live for that show, Joey, or are we doing it pre-taped?
Pre-tape it. You can always make it look better in post.
We can do it live, I guess. I don't care.
Okay. Either or.
It's
He'll be on our show
it's
next
literally
week.
a button I just press on the software.
All right, guys. Well, this one's been fun. Juice, man, where can people find you at, bud?
Any podcasting platform. Like I said, Juice Pro Wrestling, the JP Dub podcast, Handsome Prick, Spotify, fucking, what else is out there? Google, Apple, run all that shit, dude. Stitcher for people who still use that, the super podcast nerds, I guess.
I recently heard somebody promoting that the show's on Stitcher. I'm like, who the hell uses that?
Yeah, exactly. YouTube, jpdub.com, direct link to over probably at this point close to 300 hours of fucking content. I mean, at least 100 hours of fucking interviews from people in the wrestling, metal, horror, art community, like a lot of different cool, interesting people you guys should fucking check out and support, just like you motherfuckers right here. ProWrestlingTees.com/JPDubTees. Buy our fucking shirts. We got 3 killer designs. They're always throwing a fucking sale. They just had a President's Day flash sale. Flash, show me your titties, show me your genitals, your genitalia, you know, shit like that. Buy our shirts. It's the right thing to do. And like, subscribe, share. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Juice Pro Wrestling, Handsome Prick, JP Dub Podcast. That's all you gotta do. I'm done fucking marking out for myself.
All right, guys. Well, on behalf of the World of Kayfabe podcast, I am Dan the Man, along with Staggered Joey Lee Crocker, with Juice. Y'all have a great night, guys.
Gentlemen, as you know, the Ultimate Warrior. Fuck it. It's publicly stated that, damn it, who put that up? Is that $200 an hour?